quick look how Virtus.Pro are going to set up. We've got Schneider spotting mid, so we can call how many players go B. And he's only seen 2 cross towards B, and those players are Neo and Snacks. And look at this, Bayali and Pasha really aggressive here on short. Down goes Secretum. And Palf is going to make his way to the top of mid now.
And you will find Taz there, puts a couple of shots down range, doesn't do too much damage to that player, and of course Taz now racking up information. He's going to see that those mid doors have been smoked, but I wonder if these team property players know that there are going to be people pushed up aggressively on short, and yes they did, and they responded quickly, taken out by Ali, but in comes Taz with 2 huge frags there. It's back and forth in this pistol round already, and hopefully if this pistol round shows how close the rest of the game could be, we're in for a good game indeed, but now it's a 1 versus 2. It's Schneider left on full health against Neo and Snacks. He's going to spot them going from short, gets the headshot into Snacks, nice work. And now he's left in a one-on-one. He's going to be able to pick up the shot here. Neo trying to put shots down range, but of course the bomb's been planted, and he hasn't got a kit. He has got armor, and he will pick up the kill there. So Virtus.Pro on the CT side pick up the first half, and he's able to pick up a kit at the end there. But Virtus.Pro picking up the first round.
Yeah, you know, unlucky team property. When you consider that they lost a man earlier on, it was fair play to them. They went into the A-bomb site, they smoked mid, pushed short all together, and planted the bomb. And of course now, I mean, this should be bog standard stuff for any regular Counter-Strike watcher. If you manage to get the bomb down as a terrorist within the first 2 rounds, it gives you the third round early buy, which is of course advantageous for obvious reasons. But here we go, 1-0 the score as it stands to Virtus.Pro, but there's still a long way to go. And Virtus.Pro, they've gone all in here, Chewy. Pasha, Neo and Taz have gone for M4s, and we know that can be risky at times.
Yeah, and we obviously, you know, sometimes knowing what a specific player is going to do in the fact that Pasha is an AWP player, you'll sometimes see those players pick up a pistol in the second round just to save that money for how expensive the AWP can be to try and get it in the third round, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. Slack's going for the Pro 90, so we'll see if he's going to be able to do any work with that. Taz gets the opening frag. They actually gets 2 before Pasha cleans up Secretum, so it's all going to be left in the hands of Zendy here. It should be cleaned up very quickly indeed, and as soon as I say that, the Virtus.Pro squad from Poland do secure their second round hit. Taz actually surviving on only 1 HP, and you have to say, kind of, although it's the early rounds, those kind of things actually can play a big thing in the grand scheme of things because of the fact that Taz survived there, albeit on 1 single point of health. He's not had to rebuy anything here.
No, he hasn't, and one thing you missed out on in the previous round was that if Virtus.Pro had lost any of those M4s, obviously Property would have been able to pick them up. But hello, Snacks with the scout kill. Who's this? It's Pasha pushed all the way to the top of mid. Twist with the double. He's going to search for the third. He sees Snacks and double does. Oh, Twist with the hat-trick already. And you said we were going to be in for a great game. And Team Property are on the verge of getting their first round on the board here on Dust 2. Brilliant from Twist.
I'm really surprised there that VP decided to push so aggressively because they knew that Property had planted the bomb in that first pistol round, and yet we still saw one player, forgive me for forgetting who it was, but Twist the man on the screen, he was about in that position on the CT player, pushed right up to the end of short and got caught out, and so Twist surviving on 23 HP, he opened up this round and he's pretty much secured it single-handedly here for the Team Property lineup. And as you can see, Neo is going to be the last one left alive. He is in mid at the second, just looking to see if he can catch anybody out, and he's going to find them. I wonder if they've seen him as well. He's going to flash into that B-bomb site and just check if anybody's going to be flanking him, but he's in a very tricky situation here. He will pick up one onto Twist there to try and make things a bit easier. And there's 35 seconds on the clock. He's actually going to get 2, but unfortunately gets parted out by Schneider there in the end. So first round on the board here for Team Property, and of course Kai Knight, we can't really emphasise enough how important that is to pick up that first rifle round there for the Swedes.
Yeah, normally you'd expect a team to sit down and say, look lads, we know that Team Property in this case have finally got weapons. We've been very aggressive on the last 2 rounds. Let's play this one passive and try and see how they're going to try and approach their T side. But Virtus.Pro, I said this to you early on, they play a very aggressive style of CS, especially on this map in particular. And sometimes it works for them and sometimes it doesn't. But when you've got Twist working his magic like that, it definitely won't work. And here we go, Virtus.Pro have gone for the force by Neo, still has that big green gun in the AWP. Taz has been knocked down to 48 points of health, and this is key here. Secretum just playing the flanking role, playing in T-spawn. He's going to go to tunnels now where we have Snacks who's pushed lowers, so he's going to try and prevent any flanks from coming in, and Team Property, as cool as a cucumber, just, you know, taking their time and just saying, come on Virtus.Pro, come to us, because they know that Virtus.Pro are very liable to getting very agitated and going a little bit too aggressive at times, which can cost them.
Yeah, well, Secretum, as you can see, he's just going to catch Snack down. He's just spotted the edge of him. And actually take a bit of damage, both of them. Eventually, Snacks is going to be finished off there with the headshot that comes in. But of course, that should give them information to the remaining CT players in Neo and Taz. And all the action is going to be going down over towards the B bomb site. And Taz, on 2 HP, picks up a kill. He's going to pick up a second one as well. And this is absolutely devastating here. What has happened? It's going to be a 1 versus 1. AWP versus AWP here. Who's going to win the AWP battle? Is it Neo or is it Schneider? That HE grenade just an absolute wealth of damage, and Schneider just about finishes it off. But Kyanite, I'm actually really surprised. That force buy almost worked off here for Virtus.Pro.
It did, and that nade though, holy moly! I mean, the second I saw that nade, the first thing that went into mind was how inconsistent are the HE grenades on CS:GO as opposed to 1.6 and Source. Yeah. I mean,
even I know that, and I didn't play Source or 1.6. So
sometimes they land right on top of someone and deal 80 odd damage, and sometimes they deal only 10. It's really baffling
in their feet and it'll do nothing. Yeah, exactly. But with the way that Schneider manages to finish off that 1 versus 1 situation, that is, of course, now going to punish the Polish team and force them onto an eco. And they've stacked B. And it's not been a good decision. You know, Property just got that early information, pushed up long, and they're going to get a bomb plant here without any damage going down their way whatsoever. Schneider picks up 2 kills to start things off here, and he actually picks up a third there, just looking from T-spawn and watching the rotation. So it's positions like that, you know, he's not even moved off anywhere, he's just walked 2 feet forward, and he picks up a hat-trick there. So great awareness from the Swedish side, and they are actually going to take the lead here for the first time on Dust 2.
Yep, 3-2 the score, and it's something, you mentioned it, Chew, it's something that Property have done so far pretty much every round bar the pistol, where they've kept Schneider or someone else in T-spawn just to keep an eye on double doors and be able to call the rotation as it comes in from Virtus.Pro. And obviously you can use that in your favour as well on the T side in case you decide you want to fake bomb sites. But it does look like they are going to send 3 people towards tunnels here. Neo the lone pole playing in B by himself, and now Schneider's going to leave uppers, which means that Team Property are going to get mid control. The nades are going to fly in. There it explodes just to the left of Snacks. And if they can just smoke off CT spawn here, in fact they are going to get the kill onto Snacks. Do they know that Neo's by himself in the B bomb site? If they just smoke out CT spawn and push B ramp here, they could have a decent chance of taking over this B bomb site, Chew.
Neo left the last man alive on B at the second, and we've got one player, which is actually Taz, who's pushed up right on those double doors with 3 T players just the other side. So of course he will hear them, and I wonder if he'll have that information that they've made their way onto short. Out goes the flashbang as Twist is going to look for some information. He has got the bomb on his back, so of course he does have to be very careful indeed, and I think they're going to call that out as Taz actually picks up 1 kill there. He will get traded. The Secretum picks up, I do believe, his 2nd kill of the round, left on only 12 points of health. Neo's rotated out of the B bomb site now, but it looks like that bomb's going to be making its way over towards the A bomb site. The smoke grenade goes down, and Palf, I think that was actually through the smoke. I'm not too sure if he even saw that player. Manages to pick up the headshot there onto Bayali, and what did Neo just do?
Well, it's called getting a headshot and getting a kill. He's gotten 2 already, but he will go down. With only 15 seconds to go, it's Pasha versus Zender, it's AK versus M4, and Team Property, well, they make it 4. Zender coming out big when he needs to. 4-2 now, and Virtus.Pro pushed straight back onto an eco, and Chewy. You know, Virtus.Pro, they're considered to be a tier 1 team normally as opposed to Team Property. But like I said, Virtus.Pro isn't the best of maps that they're on, and it is coming down to the nitty-gritty of things, like that 1v1, and Team Property managed to win it.
Well, you said for me, you know, I don't like to call players out for having a bad game at all, and this is very early on in the stages, but you called out that Bayali needed to have a good game here, and needed to show what he could do, and it looks like he's not having the best game so far, but back into the action here. It is going to be an eco for the Polish side, and it is going to be back and forth trades over on the B-bomb site, but now the T's do have full control of it, and actually I'm liking this push here from Pasha and Bayali. Look, they're trying to be sneaky little beavers, and they're making their way over from T-spawn over towards the B-bomb site. Tech9 will finish off Taz there from Schneider, leaving the last 2 Polish players from Virtus.Pro alive. And, you know, another thing to point out here, just whilst this round finishes up here, Kyanite, is just how crucial, this is why I love CS, just how crucial those 1v1 gunfights there. We saw in round number 6 that that T player did actually win that 1 versus 1 gunfight, which again forced Virtus.Pro down onto another eco round here. It's just those, you know, those little gunfights which can decide whether your money's broken or not, really.
Yep, and Pasha's managed to salvage a good old Kalashnikov, and he knows Secretum's coming towards him. Oh, look at that, Zender. He was in fact the player who went all the way through lowers towards T spawn and was predicting the Virtus.Pro players to be there, and that, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a crucial or a massive kill, but of course it prevents Virtus.Pro from saving an AK, and we know how much more powerful the AK is as opposed to the M4. So if the round does end up, or this forthcoming round, it does end up coming back down to 1v1, the difference between an M4 and an AK could be that thing that wins the 1v1.
Yeah.
So a significant kill from Zender as Bayali, look at this, going very aggressive here on short. The spray comes in, but he's only got 5 bullets left, but long, no one's watching long for Virtus.Pro as Schneider comes in and gets the frag.
That was a really nice frag there, just to open up that A-bomb site slightly. He's going to look for more information, and Taz, you can see with X-ray there,
be careful.
just how close they are. Yeah, he does have to be careful indeed. The bomb's going to be making its way over towards long, and we actually had 3 AWPs to start things off here. So although Pasha's down, they still have another AWP in the hands of Neo.
They do. Bayali's still the man on short, and Virtus.Pro know that they've given away long, and that will of course allow Team Property to not just lob smokes towards crossover, but also throw those flashes. Taz has been spotted, but what can the Tasmanian Devil do here? The answer is diddly squat, as Team Property now push up, trying to plant the bomb. Snacks is sneaky through the smoke. It's what he's known for, but can only get 1 frag, and Bayali on only 1 point of health. This 2v2 is heavily in favour of Team Property at the moment.
I do believe Neo's got to spot one there, but the smoke goes in the advantage way of the Twist player on the T side of Team Property. Schneider will get another Tech 9 kill there to stop Bayali in his tracks. No defuse, no retake coming in here, and Schneider just having a look at Dragon Laws for fun there. There's another on the floor, but he's already got one in his hands. So let's see what happens now with the money for Virtus.Pro. Once again, it's really not nice, and they are going to force it up here, but can I just have a look at this buy? What do you think of this one? Because obviously now Team Property have already got 6 rounds on the board on the T half here. They're starting to run away with this one, but do you think this was a good decision by Virtus.Pro just to force it up here?
I actually think it is. I mean, if Neo can utilise the scout in a position where he can use it and abuse it by, jumping around with it and doing the impossible and use it to get a frag, then he can definitely use it in his favour. But hello, there he is. It's Neo, as a matter of fact. He is going to get one in that scout to good use. He's put Zender on only 7 points of health. His teammate is going to come in though. See you later, Neo. In comes Taz, but he's too late. And the B bomb site is going to be Team Property's property, but the bomb will go down, but they know that Snacks is still hiding in tunnels. So yes, Virtus.Pro, good choice from them to force it, but they need to make it count. They need to win this round.
That kill there from Bayali was actually massive, but Zender actually on the flank is going to come in and upset the party. So now it's going to be left all up to Bayali, the man on your screen. Zender left on 7 points of health. He's making a lot of noise actually, but he does manage to catch out Twister. That's huge, and I think he knows that that last player is very, very weak indeed, but this is absolutely crucial here for Virtus.Pro to pick up. Down goes the smoke grenade, and he will pick up the kill. He faked it, but I don't think there's enough time on the clock. He hasn't got a kit, and he's going to get punished for it, giving Team Property their 7th round on the board. So I have to say, Kyle Knight, Virtus.Pro have only really looked like, well, they've only come close to winning a round when they're on a weird force buy, because we actually saw it earlier on when they were on a force buy that they almost took it as well, before Schneider finished things off. And actually, talking about Schneider, he's 12-4 at the second, and Twist is 12-7, so good call for shouting out Twist there to be one of the key players for Property, because so far he's proving right.
Another thing I want to mention is I spoke about how crucial it can sometimes be to... See you later, Snacks. See you later, Snacks. But going back to what I was saying, how crucial it can be at times to have an AWPer on the CT side of Dust 2, or even a double AWP setup. And I hate to say it, but obviously Virtus.Pro haven't really had the opportunity to buy up an AWP and give it to Pasha and put it in his hands. But that aside, Pasha, he isn't playing well, and is he one of those players who can't play well if he doesn't have an AWP in his hands? Is he a lot less versatile than someone like Kenny S and co? So far it seems like it, and the only frags he's gotten, I think, are from pistol rounds. But here we go. Can he redeem himself? I do love the man with the biceps. I'm subscribed to his channel on Twitch, but at the moment, Team Property, they look like they're on a completely different level to the Poles here, and they do have Katowice coming up as well, so... Here we go, Pasha will get one, proves me wrong, but one's not going to be enough, and Bayali just going to hide here.
Yeah, he's got to hide. He's only on 17 points of health. He hasn't got a kit and armour as well to save, so it will be good for him if he can save that M4. And obviously, apart from what he's got in his hands, he's got to think about the money situation here for Virtus.Pro, which is absolutely dire. I'm just having a look at things now. Obviously, it will change once this bomb blows up, but 4 out of 5 players actually have $0 whatsoever, which isn't the most normal thing to see. Bayali will get cleaned up there before the round finishes to secure round number 8 here for the Swedish side of Property, and they are really starting to impress here, Kainai. And although we got our predictions right at the start of the game about who won the knife round and what side they would stay on, I don't think our predictions of a 16-12 and 16-10 score line in favour of the Poles is actually going to come into fruition here at this rate.
Well, again, I think Virtus.Pro really like that killer AWPer, and to utilise the killer AWPer correctly. And again, they just haven't been able to accumulate enough rounds to buy up the goddamn AWP. I think we saw Neo use it once. It could have been a scout.
They had a double AWP in the hands of Neo and Pasha earlier on, but they both got shut down relatively quickly, I think.
And I just feel like they need to gamble on that again. But here we go. Look, they've got no one playing long up as Virtus.Pro. Granted, they're on an eco, but that will allow Sneaky Beaky Pasha to push round the back. But Schneider will get the frag. Snack's coming in now from lower tunnels with that Desert Eagle. Schneider's pretty much surrounded, but the bomb has gone down. And you know what, Chu? It won't surprise me now at this point if Virtus.Pro just tried to get that AWP from Schneider. Snacks is going to pick up an AK-47. I tell a lie, no, he's not. And Neo, can he salvage that AWP? Because Pasha really needs to use it and abuse it. But no, they're going to take him out. They know where he is. Down he goes. And are Virtus.Pro going to be able to afford an AWP? They will, just barely. But I mean, it's 9-2 already. But hey, 9-6 wouldn't be too shabby. So come on, Virtus.Pro, show us what you can do. Oh yeah, he has lagged out. Okay, so 9-2 the score in favour of Team Property. As Zender and Secretan, two players in tunnels, they've dropped the bomb there. Schneider all eyes on double doors as well, just watching the rotations. While Taz plays in his favourite spot near elevator to shut down anyone trying to push short. But here we go. Palfi is going to get the opening frag at Long. And again, Long has been an area that Virtus.Pro throughout this game have failed to really shut down. And it definitely is costing them and explains why there's so many rounds down here. Snacks is going to be playing mid with the M4. Normally you see a sniper playing there, but Virtus.Pro again, they just haven't been able to afford one. And now that they do have an AWP, it's on the back of Neo in the B-bomb site.
Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I do apologise. I'm not too sure what happened there. Unfortunately, a quick disconnection. But having a look, I've just got back into the game, and Pasha's actually using a Negev here. So
best weapon, dude.
Yeah. What do you think that decision's about? Have you already discussed that? I do apologise for missing out there. I'm not too sure what happened, but I'm back and alive.
I just assumed it was an incorrect buy, and the reason why I assumed it was an incorrect buy is because nothing's going right for Virtus.Pro at the moment, so it really wouldn't surprise me. But here we go. We've got Neo, who's up in the back of the B-bomb site, and 14 Property players coming in. Schneider will get the entry. And, well, Team Property being handed the B-bomb site on a silver plate. So, bomb to go down on B. 3 versus 5, and when you consider Pasha's still stuck with that Negev, it would really surprise me if they tried to go for this. Virtus.Pro much better off just trying to save these weapons. But Team Property, of course, are going to be hungry to try and hunt them down. Snacks hiding on short. Pasha hiding at long with Taz in pit. So here we go. Snacks versus Secretan. Down goes one. Pasha getting a Negev kill onto Twist, and now it's 3 versus 3. But ultimately, even if Virtus.Pro manage to save their weapons, they're still going to be 10-2 down. So 10-5 is the best that they can really hope for at this point. And you take a look at the money on the players who died the last round. We've got Bailey on 3.6k, Neo on 3.4, so they need their teammates to drop for them.
I can hardly hear what you're saying. I do apologise, Connor. I don't know if you can hear me well, but I'm having a few connection issues, so I do apologise about that. But it does mean that you'll get to listen to Kai Knight's sexy voice a tiny bit more. But all that I can really add into this is just what a decimating game that's really been going on so far in the hands of Team Property. They've really come out here and surprised. I hope everybody in the chat is surprised at what we're seeing, because it's certainly been an interesting game. It's certainly a good one indeed. And I hope I'm not lagging for you guys who can hear me too much, but Kai Knight, I'm going to let you take over. And yeah, Schneider's on. Like, I don't get how Schneider does this. He's just incredible. Wow.
Well, Virtus.Pro are letting him do it. They're not putting the defensive smokes down at long that they can do, pushing up from CT spawn. They're leaving it out open, and a player of Schneider's caliber will punish them. And Virtus.Pro, I mean, they really don't look themselves. I mean, someone in the chat earlier on said that they're known as Virtus Plow, and they've been far from that, and now they know exactly where Snacks is hiding, and that missed AWP shot just pretty much summarises up how their luck has been so far. They're going to try and track him down. All three coming from the same area. He's managed to get 3. There's 4 from Snacks, and he's going to look for the ace. But it's not going to be enough. He's going to run away. Twist is behind him. And is he going to give us something to twist and shout about? No, he won't. Snacks with the ace. But it's not going to matter. I mean, he's gonna get a lot of money for that. But I mean, you could argue that the game is already over. 11-2 the score. Snacks with 5. But even when he gets 5 kills, that's still not sufficient for Virtus.Pro to get their 3rd round on the board. And 11-12 the score. And dearie me, Virtus.Plow, not at all today on Dust Table.
No, they're really struggling, and it's difficult to analyse a game like this, as we do actually see Schneider getting taken out first there to drop things off, and Snacks deciding to push very aggressively up mid here. I do wonder if they'll have that information. It looks like Twist knows about it, but Snacks catches him off guard here, so this is looking a tiny bit better here for the Polish squad. As soon as I say that, Snacks is actually going to get dropped, and so does Bayali as well. So it's now all evened up in a 3 versus 3, and out of nowhere, even though this looked like a really good round here for Virtus.Pro, suddenly Property get 3 frags in a row, and now it's all going to be left up to Pasha, who's only got a FAMAS in hand. So if he can pull off this 1 versus 2 clutch, it should be pretty important. But it's still 11-2 kind of. I don't think any of us saw this coming.
The thing is, you've got certain teams who start off a round playing relatively aggressively to get the entry frag and fall back. That's not Virtus.Pro's style, and that's actually worked against him, I felt, especially that last round where Snacks pushed all the way up to the top of mid, Team Property got the information, realised how aggressive Virtus.Pro were playing, and then we saw Secretum, great shot there from Zender to win the 1v1, but we saw Secretum, who went lowers. He was already pre-firing short, obviously not just because he should always pre-fire short, but Virtus.Pro have done that round after round after round, and sometimes put 2 players on there, so they're just too predictable for Team Property at the moment, and it's no surprise that they are so many rounds down. It's been quite a disappointing game so far, and last round Virtus.Pro have to force it, but they haven't been able to do much with them.
Look at the AWPs.
Yeah,
4 AWPs. 4 AWPs on the T side. That's just kind of taking the mickey a bit, right? Isn't it? That's just kind of just going, yeah, Virtus.Pro, you're not exactly playing up to standards, so we're just going to have a bit of fun with you now. As soon as I do say that, though, Bayali's going to pick up 2. Secret to still finish him off, though, to now make things a 3-on-2 situation. And I like that. Obviously, it is the 15th round, and they had plenty of money to spare on the Property side, so they did just buy up pretty much everything they can and decided 4 AWPs was the way to go, and they're just changing things around now. AK-47's going around the place as well, but, I mean, Knight, you know, obviously we've got to try and stay as unbiased as possible. Do you think there is any hope at all for Virtus.Pro to try and make some form of a comeback when we switch?
Well, we all know the vitriolic comeback against well, I don't know if you know what the vitriolic comeback against Reason Gaming is back at Tex09, but we all know that comeback. Again, I use the word all, but it's Counter-Strike, and I mean, I feel sorry for the viewers because they probably hear this on a daily basis, but it is Counter-Strike and anything can happen. But here we go, that smoke shook away the position of Team Property. Great kill there from Snacks, but no, he's not looking to his left where a player is, but down goes Schneider as a matter of fact. Snacks is going to be taken by surprise here by Secretum, and out comes the Deagle. And the irony there, Chewy, when Virtus.Pro were on a force buy with FAMASes, they managed to work their magic, but round after round they failed to adapt, and they need the pistol here, dude. They really do need the pistol round.
Yeah, I don't
no
think we
pistol
can...
round, and I think, you know, we can
No,
already
it
say
should be
goodnight
all
to the
over
end.
GGs. I mean, we never like to call GGs until the final scoreboard does come up again and we can finally see that 16th round on a team's side, but still, it's going to be a really difficult task for them, and we can't really emphasise enough how important it will be here for them to pick up that pistol round as we do head into the second half. So we are just waiting for all the players to get ready, get set up, and start it up. As you can see, the score 12-3 in favour of the Swedes, something we didn't predict, and my prediction's already gone down the drain. I thought it was going to be a 16-10 score in favour of Virtus.Pro. Knight thought it was going to be a 16-12
So is mine still possible? Yours is still possible. Yeah, if Virtus.Pro win every round.
They have to win 13 rounds in a row here, dude. I have a feeling that may not exactly happen, but you never quite know. This is CS at the end of the day, and here we go into round number 16, the first round of the second half. Pistol round it is. Take it away, Kyle.
So it looks like all the Polish eggs are going to be thrown in one big Polish basket here at long, as Palfa's got a heck of a load of angry Poles making their way towards him. Neo gets the entry fry, but they need to move fast because Schneider is on the rotation. One from Schneider with the USP. They know they're coming. Is the boost going to come in? The answer's no. Taz has been dinked down to 41 points of health. Snack and Twist running straight past each other, but the bomb will go down.
It's going to get planted. Schneider picks up another kill there, I do believe. Pasha does manage to get the revenge kill onto Secretum there, but it's going to be left on a 2 versus 2. Taz left on 4 HP. And it's Twist left on 2 HP, and it's actually a 1-on-1. 2 HP versus 4 HP. This is so close, and Twist picks up the kills. And that's absolutely heartbreaking there. He should have the time to defuse, and you can see him celebrating on the screen.
Just nodding his head.
Yeah, just nodding his head
I
like,
got
yeah,
this.
Virtus.Pro, you know it. You know we just decimated you again. And I think that's pretty much just broken Virtus.Pro there. You know, as I've said before, we hate to sound biased as casters, but it's really difficult not to sound biased when you've got a steamroller as this. And it seems like Team Property have just taken the Virtus plough, stolen the keys, and got in it themselves and ploughed over the Polish squad.
So, Pasha has bought an AK-47 for Bialy, and Virtus.Pro decided to force the buy. So, Bialy, that key man who we spoke about at the start of the game, Chewy. Let's see, how's he doing so far? He's actually at the bottom of the scoreboard. Again, we don't like single players out. There's no doubt that he is such a key player for him, but it hasn't been ticking for him so far. And as far as his CT setup is concerned, we've got Palf, who's playing very, very aggressive here at long. So, you know, he could easily flank VP from behind here. VP are not watching their angles from behind, and they've got to be careful because, again, all their eggs have been thrown in one basket. And talking about things being thrown, there's that grenade which is going to put Bialy, the danger man with the armor and AK, on 55 points of health.
Not exactly how you wanted things to be opened up here, but in comes the push. Taz is going to get the entry frag, but through the smoke, he is going to pop through, and he gets punished. Schneider was aware of it, and Palf here on the rotation, on the flank, is going to pick up 2 frags with the FAMAS. He pulls out the USP, and he will get his third there. So, actually, I was just about to say a hat-trick, but it's a quad to finish off round number 17, I do believe that will be. So 14-3 in favour of Team Property here. The Swedes showing what they can do. And I have to say, Kainat, if they can, you know, perform like this on a regular basis, you never quite know what a team can just come up and do. And if they can do this sort of damage online to Virtus.Pro, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do in the future. But you've got to, you know, raise the question: is this Property playing phenomenally well? Is this Virtus.Pro not playing very well at all? Or is it a bit of both?
I think it's a bit of both, but I'll tell you what, I'd like to see this Team Property have a go at Virtus.Pro on one of their more favourite maps, like a Mirage or Inferno, for example. Mirage or Inferno, that's the real bread and butter of this Virtus.Pro side, and take a look at this. They're going to run straight through the smoke. Zender with 1, Sectarum getting another, Zender with 2, and Schneider's just going to come in and take out the rest of the trash. And it's just a simple anti-eco for them. So match point here, Chew, 15-3 the score. Your prediction is impossible. My prediction is now impossible, and well, let's see if Virtus.Pro can do the impossible and make it 15-all. And I'm not sure whether they would take us to overtime. I don't believe they would because it's ESEA, but let's see what happens.
You've got to give it up to Schneider here. You know, we pointed out players throughout this entire game and who's been performing well, but one thing that we can't ignore is the work that Schneider's done with that AWP. Unfortunately, when I was having some connection issues earlier on, I missed that crazy 3-piece that he got on long, I do believe, as you shouted, and I had a nice little rave about that. But he's just been playing phenomenally. His current score, 27 kills, 0 assists, and only 9 deaths in all the rounds played so far. So Schneider has really been that player that stood out to me, and I'm sure he has to you as well in the stream. Currently about 66,000 of you watching right now, so thank you to everybody who is tuning in. This is the ESEA season here as Snacks and Bialy open things up in this next round.
Yeah, really crucial frag from Bialy. It's proof that Virtus.Pro are learning from their mistakes. I did single out in the last round that Palf could have been a danger man coming from long, and he did manage to get 1 or 2 kills. So that time round, Bialy waiting for him, but Schneider only on 5 points of health, whilst Twist sits in CT spawn with that FAMAS. And even though he has full HP, it does look like he is going to regroup with Schneider here, Chew, and they're going to give this round to Virtus.Pro, and to no surprise as well.
Yeah, and Neo's going hunting. Is he going to find a pesky CT player, he will. Twist goes down, Schneider left on 5 HP, right at the back of pit here, and of course, he's just going to save that M4 in hand. He's also got a Tech 9, which he's picked up, and I guess, quickly while this round ends, we can quickly talk about that, Gun. I know it's a hot topic recently, but the Tech 9 seems to be coming in more and more recently. It seems to be an incredibly popular gun. What do you think about it? Because, of course, you know, we had the whole debates with the CS S18 and just what pistols were like as a whole in CS, and now the Tech 9 seems to be coming in more and more often. So what do you think about that gun?
Well, I call it the Rec 9. It's brilliant. Yes. It's not as OP as a CZ used to be, but it still is pretty damn OP. I mean, if you can utilise it, it's definitely a killer of a weapon, and Virtus.Pro so far failing to utilise it, as we saw in the earlier rounds. Twist getting that entry frag, and there we have it, they got the entry frag. This is what Virtus.Pro weren't doing. They used the AWPs, they got the entry frags, but hello, Pasha comes in from long. He hasn't done much so far, but gets a double there. And going back to what I was saying, granted it didn't really function in Team Property's favour there, because Virtus.Pro were too fast for them, but we saw Twist get the entry frag and then fall back and buy time for himself and the rest of his team before his opponents had time to adapt to the way they were playing, which is what Virtus.Pro weren't doing, for example. So it is 2v1. If Zender manages to get this frag, this could be on.
Could be indeed, and he's actually knocked Neo down to 38 HP before eventually finishing him off there with the headshot on the M4. He's going to be low. He's going to find Biley there, and he actually picks up the kill.
GG.
Yeah,
that sums up the entire game.
He hasn't got a kit. He hasn't got a kit. He hasn't got a kit. Called it too early. He's got an AWP now, but he hasn't got a kit. So he did get the 1 versus 2 clutch, but unfortunately, because he didn't have a defuse kit on him, he wasn't able to pick up the round.
And that summarises that this game has had a bit of everything.
Yeah, definitely.
It really has. It really has. Zender 2v1, but not enough in the end due to no diffuse kit. And Team Property in this case, of course, because the CT side is more expensive, find themselves ecoing with only Twist's AWP to scream and shout about. What to twist and shout about.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah, for the pun.
Very good pun.
Yeah,
you've not had many of those today. Usually you come up with quite a few puns. If you are new and you've not heard me and Kyanite cast before, this guy's like the king of puns. He's also like the king of accents as well, but I'm sure you'll hear that in the near future as well. Let's get into this round though, as Neo's going to start things up over on the B-bomb site, and he will pick up his second frag as well. And just as he switches to his sexy Karen bit, he does find a couple of players just rotating through mid, so in comes the push straight away. They are on an eco, so it looks like they were going to push aggressively, but decided to actually back away from that. The bomb's been planted successfully from the Polish side on the B-bomb site, and you never quite know here, Kyanite. This could be the start of a comeback. I mean, although it is a long way away still, it is going to be 15-6, and all that's got to be running through the minds of Virtus.Pro now is just one round at a time. We shouldn't be looking at what the scoreboard is at the top. You know, we should just be continuing on and just taking it one round at a time, I think.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head there, dude. I mean, that is essentially what CS is about. I mean, it seems like I say this literally almost every cast I do, but as much as CS is a physical game, it's a mental game. And, you know, you can be playing really poorly, and then as soon as you start building up a little bit of momentum, you know, win 2 rounds in a row, make it 3, put your opponents back on an eco, that can be the small spark you need to get yourselves back in the game. But at the moment, when you do consider the fact that Team Property are on match point, you have to wonder, have Virtus.Pro left it a bit too late? I'm not sure.
You never quite know. This is CS. Anything can happen. But we are going to see a full rifle round here. We've got 2 big green guns on the field as Twist is actually going to look down towards lower tunnels, and he is going to knock Neo, that is, down to 16 HP. Going to try and finish him off with the USP. He is, of course, aware that he did leg that player, and he knows that they've got that initial entry information. He's going to back away, though, and just play things a tiny bit more carefully, and I definitely agree with that situation, because we know the firepower of Virtus.Pro and what they can do. They're just looking for information themselves, and now Neo actually knocked down to 7 HP. He's lucky to be alive. He's going to smoke off the mid to B area there on the CT spawn, but still no casualties yet in this next round.
No casualties just yet. Neo, like Chu said, only on 4 points of health, and it does look like we're going to see maybe a CT spawn to A push with that 2 terrorists pushing in. Off short, here we go. Taz gets the opener onto Secretum, and now he's going to control mid to B. Pash getting another one, but Schneider, the danger man so far for Team Property, is there to deal the damage, but it's still a man in favour of the Poles.
And they do have control of the A-bomb site as Bialy picks off Palfs there to get themselves down. As you can hear, the bomb is going to get planted. Taz just looking over towards short, and will finish off Schneider with a one tap click to the head, and that's just going to leave Zende the last one left alive. So Team Property have looked really hot so far. And, you raised the question earlier on about whether it's too little too late for the Polish side of Virtus.Pro here now. But to be quite honest, I think in a way this may sound a bit silly, but you've got to wonder about whether Team Property are going to have a bit of pressure starting to come on their shoulders now, because obviously the more rounds that Virtus.Pro win here, the better their money is going to get, and Team Property's money is going to start to get a tiny bit scary for them. So again, as I've said before, you never quite know. This is CS, anything can happen.
Yep, and the lovely guys in the chat confirming that there is overtime in ESEA. It's Star Series where you have no overtime, so we fluffed that one. But yeah,
Hashtag
guys,
blame Chewy, it's my fault.
Hashtag blame Chewy. But guys, if Virtus.Pro bring it back to 15 all, we will be going to overtime. And I'll tell you what, Chew, I would love, I mean, in the words of Kevin Keegan, I would love it. I would love it if we had an overtime so far, based off what we've seen so far.
You've got to remember that there's probably quite a lot
most
of
people probably have no idea who Kevin Keegan is.
The 66,000 people in the chat right now are probably like, who the heck is Kevin Keegan and what is this Kyanite guy talking about? But anyway, on with the action. We are in
Kevin Kyanite Keegan.
Yes, exactly. You wish. But it's going to be another eco here by the looks of things. As Taz opened things up, he's going to get the 2 entry frags there. And Zende was able to hold on to that M4, I do believe. So he has got that in his hand. He's also got armor and the diffused kit as well. So, you never quite know what damage just one single player having a rifle can actually do, even if the rest of your squad have got pistols. But it looks like this round could easily go in favour here of the T side of Virtus.Pro, which will make things 15-8. Neo getting some information there, and he is actually going to find Zende, who did have that M4 in hand. So Schneider and Separatum, with only C075, they've really not got too much to lose from now on for the rest of this game. They're just going to look for some exit frags, but Pasha, with a quick 180 turn there, left on only 2 points of health, but will take down Secretum. So this is going to move things now into 15-8, Kyanite. And, I mentioned it last round about how Team Property have got to start to, be a bit worried about their money and got to think about, Virtus.Pro really going to put the plough out now? They're going to steal those keys back and put to use what they can do, or we'll see. And it actually looks like they're going to go for a double AWP setup here.
I mean, they've still got 7 rounds to try and rack up on the board. When you consider that they've got 8 already, and how long those 8 rounds took and how hard they worked for them, 7's not going to be easy. But here we go. Let's see if they can win this one. If they can win this one and force Property back onto an eco and, leave the game at the 15-10 mark, then I won't put money on Virtus at that point, but I definitely, fancy them. Let's have a look at this then. Pasha in upper tunnel. Zende just narrowly being missed thanks to that Molotov causing a distraction. But let's see whether Taz can get an opener here at mid. He can't because the defensive smoke comes out.
I've got to point out, Schneider has already dropped 30 frags. Already. He's dropped 30 frags. That's phenomenal. This guy's easily been the standout player. He's easily high fragging above the rest of them and opening things up. But still, Virtus.Pro starting to slowly but surely make the comeback. And we can see, by the looks of things, they're going to make their way out of mid.
I think Pasha sees his sword silencer.
Yeah, he's got to. Yeah. Oh, he's going to have to pick up that. Yes, he will. That's a big kill. And Snacks gets another one with the AWP there to start things off. So this is huge here. Eventually, Twist will pop out with the AWP. So 3 AWP kills out of 3 so far. But with 45 seconds left on the clock, Virtus.Pro once again have full control of the bomb site. And it looks like Team Property are just going to save and gift them their 9th round.
And again, dude, I mean, you were talking about Team Property's mental property or mental state. How the game is coming back. Virtus.Pro are starting to claw it back and how close it's becoming. And a simple mistake like that, dude, where the guy showed too much of his silencer to Pasha, and Pasha will punish you. He will literally eat you up, as petrol for his biceps, because he is a tank. And, just a simple mistake like that could end up costing them the game, or at least sending this game to overtime. And if you take a look at the CT's finances, it is going to be tight. I'm not sure whether they're going to force this up, because we've got Pal and Schneider. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. Yeah, they are going to force it up.
I think that's a good decision.
But FAMAS is, I don't know, I'd probably, at this point, me personally, I probably wouldn't force it up. I'd say, let's go in 15-10, and let's go all out with a proper round with an AWP and a few FAMASs, but and no FAMASs, sorry. But
another thing that I really just quickly want to point out is that one thing that I really love about Property is how easy it seems for them to be to switch between AWPers, because Twist and Schneider have both got incredible AWP skills, so it's nice for them to switch between the two. But let's get back into the action as Neo opens things up onto Schneider and Twist, those two players which I just called out to get those two entry frags, and once again they've got complete reign on the A bomb site. Kyanite, it looks like these CT players from Sweden are going to have to save once again, yes, as they do make that decision to back away, and Virtus.Pro in double figures. Who would have thought that after Team Property, again, not only after winning 12-3 in the first half, but they also picked up the pistol round, let's not forget, in the second half, I do believe.
Well, the Polish police were probably called into action, mate, and they found the stolen Virtus.Pro that you said the Team Property stole the keys to. Well, that's definitely what it looks like right now. Pasha's going to come in, he's going to get the frag as well, and if we take a look at the scoreboard, again, you asked me who the danger men were, in my opinion, for Team Property, and Schneider and Twist, let's be honest, haven't disappointed. Zenda has played very well as well, but I said Bayali, I'd wanted Bayali to step it up, and he does have the least frags on his team, but let's not dwell on that. Let's look at the positives and just appreciate how well Neo is playing right now. 24 frags. This is like watching Neo of old, arguably the best ever 1.6 player in history.
Well, as we go into the next round, it is going to be a 15-10 scoreline, and it is going to be an eco here. So that forced buy in the previous round didn't pay off for Team Property, and they're going to get punished for it, only using measly little pistols in this next round. And this should, according to script, once again go in Virtus.Pro's favour and put it in the 15-11 scoreline. I do apologise, but Bayali has got to be very cautious. He's only been left on 4 points of health, and he's just going to take things cautiously over towards T-Spawn at the second. But as we see, plenty of time so far from Virtus.Pro. They really like pushing up Cat here, and it looks like it's going to work for them so far, as they do get that frag onto Zende there. There's going to be one more player, which is going to be Schneider. He picks up one, but this is just back and forth once again. Is this going to be all over for VP? No, it's not. They pick up that Rec 9 from Snacks, just came in and did some good damage. Taz finished these things off onto Schneider there. And I have to say that's probably a tiny bit unlucky there for Team Property, because even if they weren't going to win that round, they would have liked to have done a tiny bit more economical damage and forced some of those Virtus.Pro players to buy up again. They only got 2 frags. I believe Bayali was still left on 4 HP, but did survive it. And now there's only 4 rounds in it to play with.
I'm trying to imagine HLTV at the moment. After the first half, I can imagine the threads just being titled Virtus.Pro Tier 5 team. And now the comeback is real, so come on, let's see whether the comeback's going to be real. It's going to be Neo who's the first casualty of the round for the Poles, and of course, I said it, so far based off what we've seen, it's almost been Neo of old from 1.6, but he's been their main entry fragger, he's been their main danger man, yet he's failed to capitalise on it this round, as he is their first death. And the CTs, they've got 2 players in B, 3 players on A, and no one watching mid here, as it looks like Virtus.Pro are going to take the bomb to upper tunnels.
Well, Palf actually is in CT spawn at second, so he's just keeping an eye out, or keeping an ear out really. He's just going to listen for some information to see if he can hear anybody coming out of mid. But as you can see on the minimap in the top left hand corner, the bomb is going to be making its way over towards the B bomb site in the hands.
This could be game
of
right here.
Taz. Yeah, it could be. I have a feeling it will be. I like the rotations that are coming in.
Yeah, Secretan probably now, he can hear the AK in tunnels, he knows, he's just seen the smoke, he knows exactly where the last pole is. Schneider comes in to get the final frag, and well, I love saying this, Team Property have huffed and puffed